So I wanted to share a video with you on shoes and how they can affect your pressure trace and your swing. So we'll look at the right video here. And just as we start to settle into the swing, just as a reminder, there's all my pressure in my left foot, 100%, 0% on the right foot. As we go into the backswing, the center, kind of the center of mass or your body, doesn't have to move much, but there's the pressure shifting all the way towards the right foot, and there's the pressure going back to the left foot. So you can see you can move around your pressure pretty wildly, but your center of mass, your body, doesn't have to move with it. As we start to go to where you get comfortable over the golf ball and I start to settle down, you can see here what just happens as I relaxed is the pressure on my toes was about 60%. As I relaxed into the golf ball, it shifts my pressure up to 45%. When I'm playing golf with these, I just have to be conscious of what this does, because from there, as I go into the lead foot to shift and start the swing, it moves my pressure more into the ball of the left foot, and then as it arcs back to the heel, it curves into the backswing. I get roughly 60% into that lead heel, so you can see right there. So on the left screen in socks, a little bit more balanced, slight pressure on the lead toe, a little more pressure on the lead heel. But as I pressure into the left side to propel myself backwards, the trace you'll notice is a lot more linear from left to right. And before we start to shift back to the target, notice I can get more pressure rightwards and more pressure into that trail heel without having these shoes that have more of a wedge propelling me to the balls of my feet. Another thing to notice, as the pressure starts to go leftwards, transition starts to happen around left arm parallel. In the downswing, a lot of golfers go right too long, pressure goes right too long, and then they get stuck on their back foot. So that's just a good little note throw in there. So as transition begins, there's the pressure going to the lead foot, goes into the ball of the foot, then into the heel. On the left one, it's going to do the same, ball of the foot, heel. But what you'll notice is at the finish, with the shoes off, more pressure goes into the heel, where with these shoes that are pushing me to the toes, it goes into the heel, but then it wants to kick me back onto the toes. So where these shoes could come into play is if a person at setup gets set up with too much pressure on their heels, having a bigger heel is going to put more pressure onto the balls of your feet or get that person more centered. Also, in a swing, if you're looking to have more of a draw bias swing, having a pressure that trace that goes a little bit more towards the lead toe longer is going to help have more of a rightward path. If you're more of a cut player looking for the swing arc to get more leftwards, having maybe a flatter heel to get the pressure into the heel sooner will help the path go more leftwards through the golf ball. So it's an interesting little find on shoes. So as you're picking shoes, think about how it changes your setup, how it affects your backswing, and is it hurting or helping your downswing?